Hello and welcome back everyone to our 13th episode of ABAP on Cloud with RESTful application programming model, complete ABAP development on our SAP BTP platform, live with me Amrit. So in our earlier episode, we saw how we are going to create the table. We saw the process. The process is the creation of domains and data elements. Now we have our domains and data elements created, but for both our sales header table and sales item table. So for that, what I'm going to do, I will open the Eclipse tool. Let's open our project. As usual, every time when you will open the project, it will require the login. I will open the logon page and I will do the login into the project area, into our ABAP on BTP environment. I will pass my user ID and then the credential. Now our credential. So it is getting logged in. Meanwhile, let's come to our table. So we are going to have our table. The very first table that column that you can see is client number. Very important. So let me explain here. Creating table. Creating table. So generally in SAP system, multiple clients can be there. Clients can be there. That is why to differentiate them, most of the time, all the tables have the first column as the client number, which specifies the table as a client dependent table, as a client dependent table. Okay, this client number has a standard data element MANDT, or we can also use the CLNT data type for it. So to specify the system as a client dependent, to specify the table as a client dependent table, this first column is used. I hope this part is clear. I will go to Eclipse. Everything we have created, I will close them. And we will go for the creation of our sales header table. So there is my package. I will open my package here. It is loading from BTP environment. I will open my dictionary folder, right click on it, and I will go for my database table. Table this time. I will give a proper name starting with Z. Z specifies that it is an object created by user or developer. It's a non-standard SAP object. So my symbol here, sales header. I'll give here sales header table. I will go for the next, and I will go for the finish. This is my way of creating tables. In our upcoming sessions, where we will be discussing about the language of this, which is core data and services, there we will see in detail how things works. Right now, you focus on how table is created. Here, in our very first 5 lines, we can see they are called annotations. We can see here they are called annotations. Every annotation has some meaning, and every annotation has some inbuilt written logic behind the scene which gets triggered whenever we are using them. So right now we are not required to understand them in detail. In our upcoming period we will discuss them. Meanwhile, for normal understanding, you can understand here this is a short description of the table. Here we are specifying whether the table is can be enhanced or not. By default, we can only create the transparent table. Delivery class is application table, which will have the master and transactional data in our SP system. So the kind of that you can change it by pressing Control plus space, and all the option you can see. If we will choose C, it will become customizing table. If I will choose other, you can see here it is for temporary data. A is for application table for master and transaction data. And then data maintenance. So right now it is restricted. I will allow it. Then for the creating table in ABAP on cloud system, define table keyword is used, table name. Then you can see here curly braces we have, and in between the curly braces, whatever primary key is going to be there, primary key are nothing but which defines the column uniquely. So whatever the primary key we have, they will start with key and they cannot be a null value. So not null is being specified. By default, SAP is giving us this client number as the very first column. Also, all the primary keys for the table must be at the starting column, must be at the starting column. So instead of this client, or you can see here by default abap.clnt it is using, I told you, a predefined data type we have already for the client number. So instead of it, you can also use MANDT. I'm using the same. If you press F3, you can check the use of this MANDT here. MANDT is a domain, type name is MANDT. It's a data element also. CLNT with length 3. Can you see here? Right. All right, let's go and pass all our columns. So one by one, we will pass here. I'm going there. Order ID. It is also our primary key. So order ID, and the data element that we have created is this one. I will use it. This is also a primary key, so I will use not null. I will use not null. Then I will go for the other columns here. Order date we have. So order date, and there we will have my data element order date. I will have other columns, buyer name. There is my buyer name. So buyer name, and then I will have the data element for this buyer. I will have gross amount. So my gross amount, and then I will have the data element for the gross amount. This one. And then the last one we have is currency code. So currency code, and I will have the data element for it. You can use the data element, or you can also go with the built-in type by using abap dot, and you can press Control plus space here, and you can check all the columns, all the predefined columns that SAP have. They will show it here in form of list, and we can easily use them. So I am want to use CUKY quantity. This also you can use, but we already have created our data element, so I will use it. Then I will go for the activate button, right click and go for the activate button. I am trying to activate it. Let's see what is going to happen. Error occurred using data dictionary activation. Open the dictionary log, view of further details. Let's go and check it. It is saying table was not activated. Our header table gross amount specify the reference table and reference field. Just seem to same as it is in case of your normal on-premise system. If I show you any of the tables on our on-premise system, you can also check here. If I go to SE11, I open the table, and you can see in this case also I am using currency field, but here we are supposed to pass the reference. Same thing will be applied in this case as well. You are supposed to pass the reference, but how you will pass? Here there is no SAP screen. How you will use this? So everything will be used as a annotation. Everything will be used as a annotations. So SAP has given us one annotation here. We will use it. The name of the annotation you must remember @semantics dot amount, because this is for amount, and for the currency code for the amount you can see control space and colon. I will go for my table name. The same we pass reference table and reference field. So our table name is this one, ZAR underscore sales underscore header dot column name, which is our currency code. You can see here. So I will use it. Currency code. Table name dot currency code. The moment we will pass the reference, the error has been resolved. Eclipse will not give us any issues. So now the Eclipse will not give any issue. We can right click and we can activate it. Object will be activated. Checking for error, no error found. Syntax check, no error. And we can also check it again here. Control plus F2, no error. So I can just activate it, and our object activated, no problem. This is how we have created our table. And now if I open the dictionary section, we have a database table folder as well, and inside it we have our table that we have created. We can check the content of this table by right clicking, run as ABAP application, and you see right now no value is there. Right now no value is there. Okay. So that is how we can create any table. We have created our table. In our next episode, we will fill the data in this table. So please subscribe our channel. Do like the video and give your comment here. Share the video whoever wants to master the ABAP on cloud. And I will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much. See you. Bye bye.